Hi everyone! So it's a little bit of something different. I just need to make sure that you can see me okay. So let's just position our camera a little bit better. Bear with me. I think that's good. Okay. How are we all doing this evening? Have you had a good day? Very sunny in London, so been sitting outside trying to catch my tan, as you do. So today's just going to be a all levels type flow, nothing too complicated, just a really nice, gentle, fun flow. If you've had a long week like me, maybe this is what you need. And if you didn't see it already, I posted the playlist in the comment section. So you can go to the comments, click the playlist and flow along to my Spotify playlist. Just want to make sure you can see me okay back here. Yeah, we're good. All good, okay. So whenever you're ready, we're going to start down sitting onto our mats. So if you come down, sitting in a cross-leg or comfy position, I'm going to hit play on my playlist. Let's get our hair tied up. All right. So just coming to that comfy cross-leg. Maybe you want to place a pillow underneath your sitting bones. Take your hands onto your knees. Close off the eyes if you didn't already. And I just want you to start to arrive onto your mat. So there's probably thoughts that you're bringing with you into your practice today, anything that's happened before you've come onto your mat or into this moment. And if there is, I just want you to really bring them to the forefront of your mind so you can actually acknowledge them, not let them just sink into the subconscious. Acknowledge those thoughts that you're bringing onto the mat here with you today. And then just seeing if you can let them pass. Imagining almost like you're watching clouds in the sky and every cloud that comes past is one of those thoughts. And just letting nature do its thing, letting the cloud pass in a very peaceful, non-aggressive way. Starting to turn your attention inwards, focusing on your body, how you feel today. Focusing on those sitting bones rooting down into the ground. And as you root down, almost imagine like your sitting bones are growing roots down into the ground beneath you. And as you do that, your solid foundation, see if you can rise up tall out of the spine. Getting really long through your back, middle back, upper back, all the way up the back of the neck to the crown of the head. Imagining like someone's pulling you up by a string and you're getting taller and taller without letting your chin lift towards the sky. And as you sit in that kind of proud position, just starting to focus on your hands resting on the knees, really gripping your kneecaps with your fingertips and using that little connection to bring you into the present. We'll take one hand onto our lower belly, one hand onto our chest, and applying a little bit of pressure onto that top hand. So you're pressing into your chest space and seeing if you can bypass the top hand and breathe just into the bottom hand. Really letting the belly expand as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, letting everything soften down. Really feeling the belly rise as you breathe in, blowing up air like a balloon. And as you exhale, softening, melting down. Taking a few more breaths like this, really just finding that nice steady pace, rhythm of the breath, and as you start to slow it down, We're telling the nervous system that we're calm, we're at peace, and lowering our cortisol levels. If you had a stressful day or a stressful week, this is probably exactly what you need, just a little bit of time to breathe. We've got plenty of time to move, so don't feel in a rush to get into all the positions. And before we start moving today, just setting that intention for your practice, be it physical, mental, something just for this 45 minutes that we have together. Maybe it spans to the rest of the evening, the rest of the week. Just sticking with the first thing that springs to mind. And then I want you to take hands back onto your kneecaps, gently blink open the eyes, find a nice soft gaze in front of you. And as you breathe in, start to pull onto your knees, roll your shoulders down your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, puffing out the chest. As you exhale, we're going to round chin to chest, really creating that C shape in the spine. As you breathe in, puffing out the chest, roll your shoulders back. And as you exhale, rounding chin to chest. One more like this. Inhale, rolling back the shoulders, squeezing shoulder blades back behind you. And as you exhale, pushing round. Rounding so much so that if you let go of your knees, you would fall back away from yourself. Now, keeping that same movement in the spine, that cat-cow flexion extension type movement. As you breathe in, we're going to open up our arms. Imagine like you're seeing someone for the first time in ages, which is very, very real right now. Open up, like you're going to give a big hug, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, rounding through the back, give that person your hug. Maybe you even want to hug yourself, which is fine, just making sure you're rounding through the back like so. As you inhale, open up, greet that person you want to hug, let your heart soar. And as you exhale, rounding, giving that hug. Let's do one more like this. Inhale, open up, really squeeze your shoulder blades back. Try to imagine that your hands are actually coming back behind your body. And as you exhale, one more hug. You can grab opposite shoulders if you'd like and really pull your elbows in the opposite direction. And then as you inhale, big sweep up overhead. Breathing out, let's start to fold forwards, hands come down to the ground. Try to relax your head and neck. As I always say, it doesn't matter if your knees are up here and you're folding like this. Doesn't matter, just as long as we're focusing on tilting our pelvis forwards. And the more we tilt, the more we actually are able to drop our knees a little bit closer to the ground. Working with whatever you've got today. Don't worry about what anyone else may or may not be doing. Just folding gently. Let's take one more breath together. And then as you breathe in, walking hands back towards you, we're going to roll over onto hands and knees into our tabletop position. Starting to move through some cat and cows. As you breathe in, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. As you exhale, pushing round chin to chest, really try to push the floor away beneath you. I've just seen I've got a little bit of sunburn on my belly. As you inhale, lowering the belly, lift the chest, really try to roll your shoulders back behind you. Exhale, pushing around, look towards your belly button. In my case, my belly button. One more, dropping the belly. Again, shoulders are important here because we want to get a really nice space across our chest. So really roll them back, slight look up. One more, pushing round, chin to chest. Separate your shoulder blades on your back. And as you breathe in, come into a neutral spine. We're going to kick our right leg back behind us. Left hand forwards, come into your bird dog. Don't ask me why it's called bird dog, because I don't know. And as you inhale, lift your hand a little higher, foot a little higher. And as you exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze and tap them together. Let's crunch in. Inhale to extend, kick back. And as you exhale, squeeze in. If you're wobbling a lot here, I really want you to think about pulling your belly button up towards your spine to engage through your core. One more. Elbow to knee, squeeze and tap. Good. Let's extend. And as you exhale, drop your left hand down. We're going to keep the right foot lifted. And I want you to start to draw some circles with the knees. So imagine like your dog doing a wee. We're going to bend into our knee, open up our hip, and take a big circle round. Inhale, open up, big circle, and around. Open up, big circle, and around. Let's do one more, big circle, open up, and around. And as your knee comes back in line with the other knee, I want you to hover it here, and we're going to open up 3 times. So I'll show you on the other side. As you inhale, open, exhale, down. Inhale, open the right side, and down. One more. Inhale, open and squeeze, really squeeze into your glute, into your hip. And as you exhale, down, drop your knee down. Just sending your hips back to your heels for a second. Just want you to give your wrists a little roll. I know a lot of you always ask me how to help with your wrist soreness in yoga. And I just want you to think about for this next side, instead of pressing so much through the heels of your hands, see if you can really grip the floor or your mat with your fingertips. So instead of pressing like this and having no weight in the fingers, you can see mine off the floor. See if you can really press your fingers into the floor so you actually create a tiny little gap in the heel of the hand. This way, we're not pressing so much through our wrist joint. So meet me up in a tabletop, knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Press your fingers into the ground, grip the floor like so. And we go left leg back, right hand forwards. Actively thinking about squeezing your fingertips into the ground. Now we've got one more thing to think about. Pull the belly up and in. Take a breath. And as you exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze and tap together. Inhale to extend. Exhale, squeeze together. One more, extend. Exhale, squeezing in. Extend your hand forwards, leg backwards. Right hand comes down to the floor. Remember, fingertips. And we're going to draw some circles with our left knee. So come all the way out and around. Dog doing a wee. Very attractive, I know. Coming around. Inhale, big circle, open up. And around. 2 more, big circle. Get as big and wide as you can get. Working the mobility of the left hip. Last one, big circle. And as your knee comes down in line with the other knee, we pause and we do 3 opens. So inhale, open and down. Inhale, open and down. I'm already sweating. Good start. Inhale, open and down. Amazing. Drop the left knee down. We're going to tuck our toes under. Curl your fingertips forward slightly and press up and back to downward facing dog. Nice soft bend through the knees. It might be your first down dog of the day. So really just pressing your chest back. Be kind to your legs by softening into the knees, bending into them. Taking one more breath here. And then looking forwards. Right toes, left toes come into your forward fold. As you inhale, halfway lift. Bending into the knees slightly if you can't find that flat back with your legs straight. As you exhale, refold. We take a big sweep up, look up. As you exhale, take hands to heart center. Pausing here for a second. And then as you inhale, sweep up. Maybe you want to take a little back bend before we dive forwards, folding down. Stepping back into your high plank, upper push-up, holding here. Be strong, 2 breaths. Maybe you start to rock forwards and backwards, side to side. Test your core a little bit. 1 more breath. And at the end of your exhale, drop your knees down, lower all the way down onto your belly and chest, like a tricep push-up. Inhale, cobra. Roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, chest lowers. Hands come wider than the mat. And as we inhale, re-lift, lift the chest. Exhale, lowering back down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Re-tuck your toes. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Hips up high. Starting to pedal through the legs. Let's send our right heel down, bend into the left knee. Bending the right knee, left leg straightens, pedal down. 1 more each side, bend, right leg goes straight. Bend, left leg goes straight. And now bending both knees, come up high onto tiptoes and roll your knees down to the ground. Walk your wrists underneath your shoulders so we're back in our tabletop position. Now we're going to do a little core exercise. So we're going to tuck our toes under. As you breathe in, press your shoulders out your back so you've got a strong chest and base. And then as you inhale, lift your knees the tiniest bit away from the floor. This is step 1. From here, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you're going to lift the right toes lower. Inhale, left toes lower, knees drop down. So that's how we're going to move. Both knees lift, right toes, left toes. Let's do it. Inhale, lift, right toes, and down. Left toes, and down. Knees drop straight away. Inhale, lift, right toes, and down. It's hard now. Left toes, and down. Knees down. 1 more. We got it. Inhale, lift, right toes, and down. Left toes, and down. Instead of dropping, we're going to push up and back, down dog. Just finding your comfortable down dog, so maybe you have to walk your feet back a little. Take a moment here, recatch your breath. And then as we breathe in, left foot lifts up to the sky. Left knee to left elbow, squeeze and tap. Inhale, sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, tap. Inhale, lift up. Look forwards, and we're going to take a big step between our hands. Drop the back knee down, untuck the back toes. As we inhale, sweep up, low lunge. Holding here, drop your shoulders down. Breathing in. Take a breath out. And as you inhale, I want you to take your arms out by your sides and open up into that position that we had at the beginning with our arms open wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Lift the chest. As you exhale, rounding slightly through the back, grab the opposite shoulders and really trying to squeeze your bum to stabilize here. 2 more like this. Inhale, open up, chest lift, squeeze your shoulders. As you exhale, rounding through your back, grab opposite shoulders, really try and tuck your tailbone. 1 more. Inhale, open up, chest lifts. Exhale, grab opposite shoulders, round through the back. And you might feel it here in your right hip flexor. I definitely do. As you tuck your tailbone, it lengthens that right hip flexor. Inhale, open up. Take a sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot. As you breathe in, left arm up to the sky, twist open. Either holding here, or if you'd like to, you can tuck the back toes, lift the back knee under. Look into your top hand. And as you exhale, left hand floats down. If your back knee is dropped, lift it. We're going to step back into our high plank. Option either to drop to knees, or if you want to, you shift forwards. Exhale, chaturanga. As you inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the tops of your feet. And as you exhale, retuck, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, finding that nice steady pace to the breath. If you want to take a big exhale through your mouth, please feel free. And then we're moving to the other side. As you inhale, right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, knee to right elbow, squeeze and tap. Inhale, up to the sky. As you exhale, knee to left elbow, squeeze. Inhale, up to the sky. Look forwards, we'll take a big step forwards between our hands. Drop the back knee down, look forwards. And as you inhale, sweep up. Holding here. Try to relax your shoulders. Active through the fingertips, so we're not just like chilling out here with our arms. Strong arms, shoulders down. I have a little pigeon outside the door that's staring at me like, what are you doing, crazy woman? As you inhale, open up the arms like a hug, shoulders squeeze together. And as you exhale, rounding, grab opposite shoulders. As you inhale, open up, chest to the sky. Exhale, rounding, grab opposite shoulders. Inhale, open. Last one. Exhale, round. Feel that stretch through the left hip. And as you inhale, reopen, sweep up. Hands come down, frame your front foot. And as you breathe in, twisting open to the right. So our right hand's up to the sky. And then there's an option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Whatever you feel like doing today, you do you. And then as you exhale, right hand down. If your back knee is dropped, lift it, because we're stepping back into our high plank. Hold here, breathe in, breathe out. As you inhale, shift forwards, full chaturanga to up dog, or follow me, knees all the way down to your chest. Inhale, cobra. And as you exhale, retuck, we'll all press down. Up, brother, to downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, knees lower, big toes together to touch. Press your hips back to your child's pose. Let your head rest down. Really just trying to find that breath again. Really visualizing your ribs expanding, pressing against your thighs, expanding across your back. As you exhale, feel the space that's created by sucking your belly button up to your spine. Just starting to breathe, soften into the body again. And when you're ready, let's all come up. We're going to tuck our toes, lift our knees, press up and back, downward facing dog. Looking forwards, leading with the left toes, left toe step forwards, right toe step forwards, holding your forward fold. Relax your head and neck. And as you breathe in, roll up, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, just checking feet are hip distance apart. And then we'll take a breath in, sweep up. As you exhale, weight into the left foot. We're going to lift our right knee into our chest, hands to heart center. Holding here. Stare at a spot in front of you that's still. One more breath in. And as you exhale, soft bend through the left leg, kick back into your warrior three. Let your hands float by your sides if it helps you. Chest is lifted, not dropped. And then taking the lightest possible step back you can. So bend through this left leg and step back behind you. Inhale into your crescent lunge. Breathing in, you can always adjust if you don't feel quite right. Please feel free. And as you exhale, open up, warrior two, arms to your T shape. Make sure the back toes face the long edge of the mat. Front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Sink into it. Send your knee to the baby toe side of your foot. As you breathe in, reach forward, flip the front palm, we reverse our warrior. As you exhale, forearm to thigh, right hand reaches up and over in line with your ear for your side angle. If you want to make it a little bit deeper, you can always slide this left hand down to the floor. Press your knee back, squeeze your hips forwards. As we breathe in, we're coming back to reverse warrior. So right hand to your thigh, left arm up to the sky. As you exhale, forearm to thigh or hand to the floor, up to you. We'll go for one more. Inhale, reverse. And as you exhale, this time we're going to cartwheel our hands all the way down to the floor, high up on the back toes. Step back into your high plank, upper push-up. Take a breath here. And then we're going to send our hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Hold here. Take little wiggles if you want to. And then looking forwards, we're going to step the left toes forwards to the top of the mat. Sweep up into our high lunge. If you did Blessed Beginner's Challenge, you're going to recognize this one. We're going to step our right knee up in towards our chest. Hands by your sides. Big step up. And as you exhale, drop your right foot. If you've got it, go you. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, sweep up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Weight into the right foot. Left knee lifts. Find that spot in front of you that's still. It's a good opportunity for you to reconnect with the breath as well. And then taking a breath in. As you exhale, soft through the standing leg, kick back behind you, warrior three. Hands by your sides if you prefer. One more breath. And then really bending through the standing leg, take a soft step back to the back of your mat and reach your hands up overhead. Make sure your front knee isn't riding over your front ankle. Breathe in. And as you exhale, warrior two, open up. Check that the back arch is in line with the front heel. Bend into the front knee. As you breathe in, reach, flip, reverse your warrior. Stretching through the right side of the body. As you exhale, forearm to thigh, left arm up and over, or right fingertips down. Options here. Take a breath in. Big breath out. And then as you inhale, we reverse. It's hard to come out of that front knee, I know. As you exhale, forearm to thigh or hand drops down. Up to you. Maybe try and challenge yourself. Last one, lift up, reverse warrior. And as you exhale, claw your hands down, frame your front foot. We're stepping back into our high plank upper push-up. I've skipped the vinyasa here, and we're going straight up to our down dog. You'll thank me later. I know you will. And then looking forwards to the top of the mat. Step forwards with the right foot between your hands. Sweep up, crescent lunge. Strong through that front leg. We're going to sweep our hands back. Step the left knee into your chest. One-legged standing pose. Hold here. And as you exhale, release. Amazing. Give your legs a shake. Grab a sip of water if you need one. I don't know where I've put mine. Oh, it's back there. Let's take a sip of water. And then we'll cool down. Okay. Sweeping hands up overhead. As you exhale, hands through heart center, we're going to squat all the way down. Holding in your little squat position. And then if you want to challenge yourself, you're going to see if you can reach your chest forwards, arms forwards. If you can sit your heels towards the floor, you try to lower your bum softly to the floor as well. If you're looking at me like, are you crazy? You're just going to walk your hands by your sides and come all the way down to seated. Feet out in front, hands underneath the knees. As you breathe in, lift the chest. As you breathe out, slowly start to lean back, engage through your lower belly, and lift your toes. Option to stay here, or if you'd like to, you can float your hands by your sides. If you want to make it a little bit more fun and funky, we're going to follow together. We reach our right arm over to the left, clap together. Right arm reopens. Left hand claps over, twist your body, don't just move your arm. Inhale, reopen. And over. Inhale, open. Exhale together. Inhale, open. One more each side. Keep the chest lifted. Clap and open. Clap, last one. And open, lift your chest. And then we're going to take our toes to the floor. Roll all the way down onto your back. Make sure you've got some space at the back of your mat. Reach your arms overhead. Nice big stretch. And then taking hands by your sides, walk your heels towards your fingertips. Thighs hip distance apart. And as you breathe in, start to lift your hips, squeeze up into your bridge pose. Just check with your fingers that your bum is on, it's squeezing, it's engaged. Imagine like we're squeezing a ball between our thighs. One more breath. And as you exhale, lower down. Hold here for a second. Maybe you want to roll your back out. And then we're going straight back up. Inhale to lift. Now, we're going to go onto our tiptoes, lift our heels, squeeze up. As you exhale, drop your heels, lift your toes, press through your heels, squeeze up. Toes down, heels lift. I think you got it. Heels down, toes lift. Make sure you're squeezing your bum the whole time, otherwise you're going to get into your lower back. Toes down, heels lift. Heels down, toes lift. Press up. Stick with me, it's the last one. Toes down, heels lift, squeeze up. Heels down, toes lift, squeeze up. And then drop your toes, roll all the way down onto your back. And then just gently rocking from side to side. We'll take our knees up into our chest. Just massaging that lower back area. Really nice. Taking your left foot to the floor. We're going to cross our right ankle over the top of our left knee. Reach through, grab the back of the left thigh. Now, if you've been sitting in a sofa or in just a chair instead of a desk chair all day long, you're probably going to have really tight glutes. So it's really important that we stretch out this muscle so that we don't get leg pain and, more importantly, lower back pain. So every time you breathe out, just focusing on pulling that left leg in towards you. 2 more breaths. Last one. Good. Gently releasing left foot to the floor. Keep the crossover, and we're going to slide our right thigh on top of our left thigh. So we're now crossing our legs like we would do in a chair. If you can, see if you can wrap the right toes around the back of the left leg. Doesn't matter if you can't, don't worry. Arms out to a T shape and let your knees drop over to the left hand side. If your right shoulder's lifting away from the floor, seeing if you can use your breath. So every time you inhale, feel the space expanding in the side of the ribs. But as you exhale, see if you can soften your right shoulder a little bit closer to the floor. Even if it is on the floor, I really want you to think about your shoulders sinking down like it would do in your bed or on the sand, sinking down into the ground beneath you. Same with the knees, we really want to soften them towards the floor. Let's take one more breath together. And as you inhale, lifting back up, uncross, just readjust your hips so they're square and level. We're going to hook the left ankle over the right knee, reach through and grab, maybe noticing if this side was tighter than the other. This is definitely my tighter side. And then breathing out, you pull your thigh a little bit closer towards you. 2 more breaths, breathe in. As you breathe out, pull in. Last one. Really nice. Releasing the right foot to the floor. Cross your left thigh over the right. Find that little hook around if you want to. Arms out to a T shape, and we let our knees drop over to the right hand side. Really trying to soften the left shoulder down. Maybe you feel it's a little bit hard to breathe in this position, but really just trying to take soft breaths, little breaths, without panicking. Noticing that even short breaths can still feel quite calming if they're done with the right mental attitude and, of course, in the right setting. Just every breath out, really trying to soften your left shoulder to the floor. And then as you breathe in, Coming back up to center, we're going to uncross our legs, take our knees in towards our chest, give yourself a really good squeeze in. And then final pose we're going to do, we'll just take our feet to the floor, let our knees drop out to the sides, soles of the feet come together to touch. Hands rest by your sides, or you can take one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest. And just letting gravity do the work here. So you don't have to focus on anything, pushing, pulling, doing anything specifically. Just really trying to let your legs soften to the ground. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly, of your chest as you breathe in and out. Gently sliding your hands to the outsides of your knees or thighs. Draw them together to touch. Take your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze in. And then letting legs come all the way out long to the floor. Give them a good shake. Hands by your sides. Wiggle your shoulder blades a little bit closer together so your heart space is lifted. If you've got a jumper nearby, maybe you want to put it on. We're not going to be here for long, but just seeing if we can find our stillness together. Find that place that feels really, really soft, calm, and present. Resting your head heavy down into the ground. Visualizing your cheeks melting, softening towards your ears. Let your tongue rest heavy down in the bottom of your mouth. Eyes rest heavy in their sockets. Really feeling your skin, your flesh melting down towards the ground. And every time that chattering mind comes into play here, which it will do, that's just what we're like, that other voice in your head that talks to you. See if you can acknowledge it like we did at the beginning, and then let it pass. Just like a cloud in the sky. And when you feel ready, just starting to breathe back into your belly space, back into your chest. Gently wiggling into fingers, wiggling into toes. Take a big stretch overhead, get really long and tall. And then gently rolling through one side, using your hands to help you lift up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that may be. Reclosing the eyes as you open them. And as you inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, palms together to touch. As you exhale, take your hands into your heart center, press it into that space, and really take this moment to send a bit of gratitude, a bit of love to your body for doing all that it's doing for you right now, especially in this time. Your immune system, your body is helping you stay fit, stay healthy. So something that we can often take for granted. And then also just taking this moment to remind yourself of the intention you set at the beginning of practice, that intention that intuitively came to you. And see if you can keep a little bit of that with you for the rest of the evening, the rest of the week. And then let's gently bow our heads together, bow our chest. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to come and practice with me this evening. I know it was a bit of something new because we're not normally on YouTube for our practice, but I've absolutely loved it. I hope you did too. Leave a comment in the comment section or give it a like, whatever you guys want to do. And I will see you here very soon. Mwah.